Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And this is a kind of a cloudy, little bit dreary day here in Reston, Virginia. And it's also a day when you look out into the world and you see the suffering that's happening, that being the dreariness of the day, the suffering that's happening in Afghanistan, the Delta virus surging, the process of really looking at who we are as human beings and what's mine to do. What's mine to do in a circumstance like this? Here we are, we're doing the best we can to protect ourselves and our families. I think that one of the pieces that we have to look at, though, is in a world where there is a lot of turbulence. You know, when you're listening to this YouTube or this Facebook recording, we may be in a different place as a nation, as a world. Climate change is definitely bearing down on us with the report from last week. So there's so much that's going on in the world. And yet, if we were to take this particular post and plant it 6 months from now, there will always be challenges. There will always be challenges. And sometimes in the world, the challenges are less, they're fewer, and sometimes they feel huge and very hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with. So I think that today I want to look at how do we as human beings, when the world is hurting, how do we as human beings discern what's ours to do in order to help relieve that suffering when the world is hurting? So today's whole grounding and filling will be dedicated to the suffering on the planet and to us sitting and getting very, very grounded and very solid within ourselves and clear so that we know what kind of an oasis, what kind of a force for good we're meant to be in the world. Yeah, okay. So take a moment now, rest back. Take an easy breath. And allow yourself to sink in. Sink in. Feeling your backbone against whatever is supporting you right now. The chair, the couch, the bed, wherever you are. Good. Feeling your sitting bones. Again, resting on whatever's supporting you. And allowing your awareness to drop even deeper down into your legs, to your feet. And hopefully the soles of your feet are resting on the floor. Soles of your feet. I spent 20 years sitting in lotus position, and it really helped me gain a lot of energy muscles for running energy through my spine and through my torso. Didn't do a whole lot for my legs and feet. And what we're about in the world right now is being able to walk with, move with who we are. Take our gifts out into the world. Walk with them. Take action. Yeah. So it's very important that you have your soles of your feet on the floor so that you get a flow of chi, of energy, of nourishing sensation flowing through your feet and legs as we begin. Yeah. But first, let's make a connection down into the earth, into this really solid, rich energy resource, the gravitational field of the earth. It's with us all the time, never goes away. Our relationship with it can change if we lie down versus sitting up versus standing, but it's always with us. In a way, that's a comforting thought, isn't it? Yeah. And as you allow yourself to make a connection with the earth, sinking in, Putting down roots, light beams, rivers of awareness. Whatever metaphor works for you. Make that connection now, if you would. Allow yourself your curiosity. You might even be asking yourself, what does the earth under me feel like right now, this morning? What I notice as I close my eyes and sink in here, I'm noticing that the earth feels, has a moisture to it, almost a saturation to it, and a solid rocky quality to it. There's a lot of earth, there's a lot of rocks, and a lot of water underneath of me as I sit here and connect with the earth beneath me. What does it feel like under you, wherever you are on the planet? Yeah. Yeah. And as you make this connection, allow yourself to let go of whatever you no longer need. Take a couple easy, deep breaths. Just exhale. Whatever you're carrying, whatever burdens you have that are really not yours anymore, you can just let them go. Yeah. Good. Good. And then asking your feet, being curious. Feet, what would feel most nourishing and nurturing? We've got this connection with this deep, rich resource beneath us. If each one of us give our feet permission to soak up what would nourish and nurture them most, what would it feel like? What's the sensation of it? Good. 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 And you can allow your feet to soak up whatever would nourish it most, your feet, all the way to the core of your bone marrow, all the way out to your skin. You might have a sense of it feeling warm or cool. You might have a sense of it tingling or a wave motion. You may simply notice, as I am today, that my feet suddenly feel more solid. There's more to them. There's more substance. They feel a little longer and a little wider than they did a moment ago. So whatever you're noticing, warmth, coolness, color, texture, size, allow your feet to be filled, soaking in whatever would nourish them most. Good. Yeah. And as you do that, allowing this flow that's coming in from the earth beneath you, allow it to move right on into your ankles, your calves, your shins. Again, allowing it to soak into the core of your bone marrow, all the way out to your skin. As best you can right now. Yeah. Our brains want to drag us away from exercises like this and start to tell us stories. And you just gently bring yourself back. Oh yeah, I was slowing down. Letting myself fill with the sensations that nourish and nurture me from this rich resource, the earth. Yeah. And then letting this flow move right on into your knees, the nooks and crannies of your knees, the bones, ligaments, tendons. Good. Good. And rounding the curve, allowing this river of this flow of nourishing sensation to gently soak into the bones of your thighs, all the way out to your skin, all the way out to your skin. Yeah. Yeah. And then rounding the curve again, allowing your pelvis to sink in, your sitting bones, the bones of your pelvic bowl to fill, giving you a sense of sturdiness and steadiness. Your sacrum, that big V-shaped bone at the bottom of your spine, letting that soak up nourishing sensation. And on into your pelvis, the belly, your gut, moving on up your spine. Good, good, good. Yeah. As your midsection soaks up what it needs, all the organs, your ribs, on into your chest and your heart. Yeah. Feeling your spine behind your heart. Behind your heart. Yeah. Good. So feeling the bones of your ribs, the basket of your ribs, your spine, cradling and holding your heart. This place for each one of us that informs us about what would inspire us most in our lives. In this world that's hurting, what inspires us most? Yeah. Let yourself drop into your heart. Deeper, deeper, all the way to the back, so that the whole totality of your heart, front to back, side to side, top to bottom, soaks up whatever would nourish it most. And I'm noticing my chest is kind of asking me to stretch a little bit so that my heart has the space to fill, my lungs cradling my heart, ribs, top of your chest, your breasts, your shoulders, and allowing this river of nourishing sensation that's coming in from the earth beneath you to travel right on out, your arms and into your hands and fingers. Yeah, good. Bringing it back and holding your heart. In Chinese medicine, they talk about the fact that all the meridians of the heart are connected down into our hands and fingers. And the way that our heart expresses itself most potently is often with a hug, with an embrace. The energy of the heart reaches out into the fingers and is expressed into the world, in who we touch and how we love the world. Yeah. And letting this flow continue from the earth beneath you all the way through your legs and your torso and your heart and your hands and arms, continuing right on up into your neck and your throat and your jaw, your face. Good. Good. Allowing yourself to just be asking in each area, what would nourish you most, face? What would nourish you most, jaw? And then gently allow that sensation to show up here. Having compassion and tenderness and love for yourself. We're filling, each one of us, our inner energy reservoir so that we have a capacity to radiate to the world in ways that have integrity. Yeah. allowing this flow to move right on up into your cranium, your eyes, ears, all of the brain tissue itself. From the brainstem all the way to the edges of the cortex to your cranial bones, all the fluids, membranes, nerves, glial cells. Good. And as your cranium fills, allowing this flow that's coming in from the earth beneath you and continuing to move right on out the crown of your head, showering down around you, bathing your skin and the energy field that moves through it and around it. Yeah. And as you are here, having taken this time to fill your inner energy reservoir, bring yourself back to your heart for a moment and ask, what's mine to do today? Today. The inner circle of who we are requires that we first take care of ourselves. So if you're not feeling well or something's going on, first stop is always within your own system, asking, listening for what it needs, gathering the data within the wisdom areas of your body. Yeah. Good. 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 And then, as we have filled ourselves, listened to our own inner wisdom about what we need in order to stay full, sometimes it might be that you need to slow down today because you're feeling a little tired. Or maybe you just went and got vaccinated and so you're feeling just a little bit of the symptoms of your immune system kicking into gear and creating antibodies for you. So slow down. Slow down. Take care of yourself so your system can do the job right. And as you sit here, asking deep in your heart, what's mine to do in the world today? What gifts, what inspiration do I feel bubbling up here? And sometimes you don't know what you're supposed to do, and so you just set the intention to receive it. As you walk through your day, something will inspire you, and you'll know it because it'll ping right here in your heart, deep in your heart, and you'll go, "Oh, that's mine to do. That's mine to do." And listening. I have a 92-year-old mother who is still so alive and healthy. And she loves to listen to her heart moment to moment. When she sits down in her deep meditations in the morning, she doesn't ask what's mine to do today necessarily, but she says to the universe, whatever's mine, bring it on, I'm ready. And then she says as she goes through her day, things show up and she kind of says, oh, that's what I'm doing today. And at 92, she has the capacity to roll with it like that. So if that's who you are, that might be the way that you move through your day. Yeah. Good. And now that you're full, now that you've created the oasis of who you are in yourself, you've listened for what inspires you most. You're ready to move into the day and out into this world that's hurting, where there is so much suffering. And whatever is yours to do, whether it's creating joy for someone or attending to wounds, whatever it is, you're ready. Go on into your day and enjoy.